Recently, Turkey's largest oil refineries have begun purchasing more oil from sources other than Russia, following the imposition of new sanctions against Moscow, Reuters reports. It's worth noting that Turkey is one of the largest buyers of Russian oil, along with China and India. One of Turkey's largest refineries, owned by Azerbaijan's SOCAR, recently purchased 4 cargoes of oil from Iraq, Kazakhstan, and other non-Russian sources for delivery in December, the agency writes. Meanwhile, Ukraine appears to be actively taking military measures to physically block Russian oil trade. Ukrainian media, citing sources, reported that SBU drones struck an oil terminal in the Russian city of Tuapse, hitting a tanker and the port's oil loading infrastructure. Leonid Nevzlin, a Russian-Israeli entrepreneur and public figure, said that depriving Russia of the opportunity to earn money from oil is the only sure path. One can only hope that Moscow and its partners won't be able to find ways to circumvent the sanctions, and that Ukrainians will gain new opportunities to finally end this bloody trade. In this case, Chinese oil refiners are scaling back imports of Russian crude after the US announced new sanctions targeting oil majors Rosneft and Lukoil, Bloomberg reported. State-owned giants Sinopec and PetroChina have already cancelled some shipments of Russian oil, Bloomberg cited traders as saying. Smaller private refineries have followed suit, fearing they could be hit by sanctions like Shandong Yulong Petrochemical, which was recently blacklisted by Britain and the European Union. The buyers' strike has affected nearly 45% of Russia's crude exports to China, according to estimates by Rystad Energy, cited by Bloomberg. The impact has been especially severe for the ESPO crude blend, Russia's main export grade to Asia. Prices for ESPO have plunged as sellers slash offers to attract buyers, with discounts now around $0.50 a barrel to Brent, compared with a $1 premium in early October. Several Indian refiners have suspended imports of Russian oil due to the new sanctions. However, the country's largest refiner, Indian Oil Corporated, has resumed purchases of Urals crude from suppliers not directly targeted by the latest US restrictions. The sanctions have also reportedly disrupted Russian oil flows to Turkey. The country's largest refinery, which had relied almost exclusively on Russian crude, has begun buying barrels from Iraq and Kazakhstan for December delivery. Another major refinery, Tuapse, has stopped using Russian crude at one of its plants in order to preserve access to European markets for its fuel exports.
Ukrainian intelligence has carried out a successful operation on another Russian military facility in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region. The main intelligence directorate of Ukraine's Ministry of Defense, known as HUR, launched a drone attack on headquarters of Russia's elite UAV unit, Rubicon, in Avdiivka area, north of Donetsk. A tactical-level FP-2 drone with a combat payload of 105 kilograms was used during the attack on the Russian position. The video footage of the operation has been shared in social media. The FP-2 unmanned aerial vehicle is a new model developed by the Ukrainian company Firepoint. The new strike drone has been tailored for shorter-range missions along. It's worth noting that Ukrainian military has scaled up missile and drone attacks on strategic military position in Russian-held Ukrainian territories as well as deep in Russia. Ukraine's intelligence operatives have destroyed a Russian Triumph and other expensive air defense equipment in Russian-annexed Crimea Peninsula. The main intelligence directorate, known as HUR, has released footage of a strike on the command post of an S-400 Triumph surface-to-air missile division that was in a combat position, along with a Russian multifunctional 92N6E radar and the autonomous power supply system equipment for the S-400 command post. The video of the operation has been shared in social media. During the night of November 1st to 2nd, specialists from the Department of Active Operations of the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine attacked another set of high-value assets belonging to the Russian air defense system in temporarily occupied Crimea, the agency said in a statement. Ukraine's intelligence operatives also successfully struck an ARL-1AS airfield surveillance radar and a P-18 Terek radar station belonging to the Russian army. Earlier, the special unit of the Defense Intelligence struck 3 radar stations and a Russian landing craft in the occupied Crimea Peninsula. Produced by Russia's Almaz-Antey Corporation, the S-400 is one of the country's most advanced surface-to-air missile systems, capable of engaging aircraft and ballistic targets at ranges exceeding 200 kilometers. Its deployment in Crimea has been a key component of Russia's air defenses since 2014.